Hi everybody. Last week, remember we talked about self-sabotage. This week, I want to talk about an upgrade. Upgrade you. You got to upgrade everything. Upgrade your diet, upgrade your workout, but we got to go over why and how. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can because I have a lot to say. One form of self-sabotage, remember last week we were talking about the haters and the stuff that we get in our own head that sets us back. One form of self-sabotage is going at your process of getting fit and healthy the same way and expecting completely different results. Doing anything the same way continuously and expecting to get different results is the definition of insanity. And I'm not talking about the insanity workout. I'm talking about don't do that. Okay? If you watch the movie 10 times, the ending is always going to be the same unless you've got one of these DVDs with an alternate ending. The story always ends the same way. And so if you keep doing the same thing because you think it's the right thing to do, and you're going to get the same results no matter what. Because we're programmed a certain way. Our habits are a certain way, and we live our lives by our habits and our schedules. And when you throw a wrench in that, especially a really big wrench, it's not going to work out. You have to do this deliberately and slowly and steadily. I know that is not the get a beach bod in 2 months in time for summer, in April plan. But that plan never ever works. How often has that worked for you and you've stayed with that permanently? Because diet is not, and I've said this I don't know how many times, listen this time, diet is not how you eat for a temporary period of time to lose weight. Maybe if you're sick and you go on a soft foods diet because you got a tooth pulled, I don't know, that's temporary. But diet is supposed to be how you eat every day of your life forever. Your diet is how you eat, period. It is not what you eat next week to lose 5 pounds. That's not how it works. And if you forget about that, it's easy to slip into these old habits. But anyway, don't keep doing the same thing. That is number one. Number two, everybody thinks that weight loss and health and fitness is all about calories in, calories out, period. That's not exactly true. If I go to Burger King, let's say, and I get a meal that is 650 calories, and it's all fat and starches and a little bit of protein, is a completely different meal than if I eat 650 calories worth of leafy dark green vegetables and other vegetables and legumes and protein-rich things like quinoa, the stuff that actually counts for something. There's a huge difference. I can have a giant pile of food over here to show you that would be the same number of calories as this little pile of starch and fat that your body thinks is satisfying because it's what you're used to. Change takes a long time. You can't go eating 100% clean diet on day one of your plan of fitness and health. You can't do it. Trust me. There might be somebody who can, and maybe you can on day one, but by day two, you're already going to be tired of it and you're going to be complaining. And any diet or exercise that you're going to complain about is not going to stick. You need things that you like. You need to pick and choose what you're going to eat and do for your activities by things that you find pleasant. Now, here's an example of not trying everything, okay? I used to think I didn't like Brussels sprouts. I went to a restaurant called 1,000 Figs, which has fantastic food, and my friend Erin treated me, and she got Brussels sprouts there that were amazing. Don't knock it until you give it at least 2 or 3 tries, because a lot of things, the first time you tasted it, might not be what you expect, and that difference in what you think you're going to have in your mouth and how it actually tastes can throw people off. Sometimes foods take a little getting used to, and there are a lot of things that are extremely nutrient rich and very delicious, like spinach. I love spinach. If you mix spinach with other things, like a nice light feta cheese, just a little bit, doesn't take much, and you get this beautiful flavor, a little garlic, real stuff. And it's great for you, and you can have so many calories of that, and they burn so much easier because they're not from fat and sugar and junk. Okay, so be choosy about what you're eating. If you are buying a salad because you think it's healthy and it's all iceberg lettuce, go online and look up the content, not just the calorie content, but the quality, the nutrient dense content of iceberg lettuce. You will be surprised to find it's basically like eating wet paper. Okay, you will get more calories to help you burn the calorie. Your body wants to burn calories that are nutrient dense. It does not want the junk. That stuff's just going to sit on you. That's why you don't have energy when you eat the junk. You might get a little sugar buzz or caffeine. That's not the same thing as real pure energy from the food you eat. If you want to get real energy, you need to eat real food with nutrients in it. Don't eat junk and then pile powdered shake that's supposed to have nutrients in it and some vitamins and think that that's going to make up the difference. Your body knows the difference. Your body is not as stupid as you think it is, okay? So that is part 2. Part 3 is progress is more important than anything in this. So we've talked about that before. If you go at this 150%, and I said this before, that was part of part 2. If you go and say, I'm going to be healthy and fit in 10 weeks, and I'm going to eat all clean food from now on, or at least for 10 weeks, and I'm going to do the insanity workout, I'm going to go to this boot camp or whatever. The reason people drop out of that stuff is because we are creatures of habit, and you cannot turn around 180 degrees in one day. Think about how you would do this with a pet or a child, because our mentality is still the same. It's just on a shorter level. So when you train a dog, you don't tell the dog, a brand new puppy, to sit, stay, do any of that stuff and expect them to just magically do it because you said. Do you? You're training your mind. You're training your body to accept these things, and they're new things, and not all of it is going to come perfectly easily, but it's going to be a lot easier if you trickle it in. It's just like when you are potty training. You might not catch every moment that your child has to go to the bathroom, but the few times you do, it'll start to click. It might take 3 years, but eventually you get there. And it's just like when you are slowly getting out of a bad habit, working up to a good habit is exactly the same in reverse. It's why you don't, when you see people trying to come off of drugs or nicotine or a prescription med, most doctors would not recommend them dropping it cold turkey 100%. If you try and do a cold turkey switch from fatty false foods and a sedentary lifestyle to being active and eating clean, what do you think is going to happen? Seriously. Okay. So I, in 10 minutes now, this is more than a week's worth. I think you might be able to soak this up if you listen to it twice. Good luck. Keep trying. Small steps. Eat an elephant one bite at a time. Don't be too hard on yourself, because as long as you're making progress and as long as you're making an effort, you're winning. Okay? See ya.